Hello everyone. My name is Dee, and I am coming to you to bring you a dream, a goal, much larger than myself. I want to give you a little bit of a backstory on me. Some of you are followers, so you know a little bit, but for those of you who don't, I was raised by my grandmother, who there's no words to describe her. She's beyond what this world deserves. Thankfully, I'm the one who ended up with her, and she instilled a lot of again, words are hard to find for this. It's not just morals, it's not just, good manners and things of that sort. She instilled something in me that just never went away. I have been groomed by her. She has been my teacher for my lifetime, and knowing that she had some sort of goal in mind for me, I'll never understand her sacrifice that she's made. We read the Bible every night, every day, all kinds of hours of the day. We'd have conversations, and she would teach me. Not in a sense of, it's like homeschooling or anything like that. It was just a part of our day. It's what we've always grown up, kind of gone through, start in our daily lives. And I know most kids, or a lot of people raised in quote unquote religious homes tend to find a way out. They tend to feel confined and like they're just stuck and worried about what their parents are going to think, and like they're sheltered. And that was not the case for me. It was just it was so far from that. As a kid, trying to understand life and learn, and you do what your parents tell you so that you don't get in trouble. It's not why I did it. I never got in trouble. I mean, I've probably done, some random things here and there that, kids tend to do. But that was never anything that we went through. I never felt sheltered by her. Matter of fact, I came from a home that was very much non-sheltered, very unorthodox for your perfect American family. I did not have one of those. I grew up, well, like I said, my grandmother raised me. She got me when I was 6 months old. Simply just because parents, people that I was born to, birthed by, it just wasn't in the cards. It's just not something that was in their destiny, so to speak. I am a firm believer that that God created everything, and with that, He's created a map. He's created a way things work. He's created this huge idea, and it follows what He created. And those two were just what He had to use to get me here and give me to my grandma. She was 60 when she got me. So having another child probably wasn't one of those things that, happen for 60-year-olds. So this is how I got here. Anyway, and she has always shined a light on the good things when the bad things happen. Never letting me believe that anything was out of my range, never letting me think that I was anything but spectacular, anything but amazing. Whatever I wanted to do, if she couldn't help me do it, she knew I could do it. Maybe not now, maybe not then, but she knows I could. Or she knew I could. Tenses and all that. Anyway, so along our way, along our story, which will play a big part here, she told me one day in the midst of a sleep, in and out of sleep, that I was going to help people, that she knew I was going to help people. But she referred to me as becoming a nurse. It's not going to happen. I've been in the medical field. It's not my thing. Not really. Kudos to all of you who are, though, because I can't do it. But she was right. She was right. In my training, we'll call it, I've been a certain way. I've been a just big mix-up of, I don't even know what to call it, mistakes. A big mix-up of mistakes. Yes, for sure. Not by choice. Not by first choice, I should say, because obviously it was my choice. Whatever I did. But I never set out to do any harm to anyone. I never set out to be a certain way. I think growing up in a house where drugs were around, not because of my grandma, where, families collide and, things happen, you kind of just build a certain, not even a wall, you just kind of build yourself up to be a certain way. It's survival techniques, and that's what I did for a long time. I knew at a young age that it was my grandmother and myself, and that's it. That's all we had, was each other. And I knew that should anything come our way, it was up to me to stop it. And that builds a tough skin, it makes you a certain way, and in the midst of becoming that, you kind of forget anything else outside of that. My mind frame has always been on, it's me and my grandma, and I'm here to protect her regardless of the outcome. It's kind of how it was always just was. And in becoming that, I became a survivor, for sure. But I also had traits that I see in others now that I can't imagine how I could be the same way. I was mean. I was rude to people. I'm not gonna lie, I still am sometimes when the situation calls for it, which it should never call for it. But again, it's that survival mode, that survival technique that you put up this wall and you put up your guard and you come in guns blazing, so to speak. And I want to get away from that the best I can, which is hard. It's difficult to change from something that you've known for so long. But thankfully, a lot of that has changed. And I am coming to you today to bring this message. I am not perfect. I'm not a minister, but I want to be. I don't know if I'll ever get there to the, to the ranks of a Billy Graham or, I'm here to tell our story. And in that story are a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes that led me to where I am now. A lot of mistakes that have led a lot of people to where they are. I'm here to tell you that as a born-again Christian, who was Christian prior to, that nothing that you've done in your life is unforgivable. Nothing that you've done in your life makes you unworthy. Nothing that you've done in your life can't be changed. It's your choice. And I'm here to share stories. I'm here to share our story. I'm here to share stories of others. And to show you that regardless of what you hear in the streets, what you're told in school, what you're told, by others who have no guidance, it's not always what you think it is. God created everything. And if He created everything, what is there to stop Him from creating you all over again? Think of it. Think about it. What have you done in your life? What in your life has made you sit down and think, I wish I could just erase that moment. I wish I could have thought before I acted. Yeah, it did. It brought you here today. It brought you to who you are today. But think about it. We all have regrets. We all say we don't because we learn. That's not true. That's not true. We all have regrets that we think about. We have regrets that we think about, yes, that we did learn from. Yeah. But had we already known better, would it have made a difference? Therein lies your question, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that I know better. But I still chose to go against what I knew. Many, many times in my life, I have done that. And still, I reach for Him. No matter what. No matter what. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna reach. And He's gonna reach out. Because He never leaves me. A lot of things happen that will make you forget that. That will make you question that. I feel like I've just done the worst thing possible short of, committing a murder or something. And you feel like there's no way. Who would ever forgive me for that? He will. He will. But it's you. It's you. You are the one that has to go to Him. It's you. It's not about what you did. It's not about telling Him what you did. He already knows what you did. We all have this problem with accepting responsibility for what we do. For the hard part is saying what we did. That part is what keeps us from I'm saying I'm sorry for feeling, not even just feeling it, but to be able to say, forgive me. I just don't understand. I don't know why, but I did it. You don't have to say what you did. You don't have to stand in front of, an army of people and confess what you've done. They're not going to do anything for you. And he already knows what you've done. There's no need to repeat. There's no need to go over and over again. He already knows. He's just waiting for you. I've made a lot of mistakes. Ones I'm not proud of, ones I'm not sure of, ones that I'm still unsure of what they are or why I did them, what they meant. But they led me here. They led me to realize where I'm going. They led me to my absolute rock bottom. And although I've always known about it, and although I've known, I've read this thing. I mean, Grandma's read this to me. I've read through it, not front to back, not yet. That's next. But I go here. This is where I've always gone. Something's going on. I take it and I go like this. That's where I start reading. I go here. But it wasn't until I hit rock bottom in my life, not knowing what to do, thinking everything was going to be over. Life was over. It was so stupid. It's the dumbest thing that I could have ever thought. But I did. We all do. We all get there. And once I hit there, I found him. I found him. He opened me. I've always been an open book, but there were parts of me that I didn't even know existed. A happiness I never thought I could consume. He found me laying curled up in the fetal position in the corner of a dark room with nowhere to go. He found me, and I found him. I know there's a lot of skeptics, a lot of people that think a lot of different things. People who grew up in church and have church people around them and think that you're supposed to be this way, and you're supposed to do this, and you're supposed to do that. But I'm here to tell you, nothing is ever the way it seems. It's not. Those people, they're not God. Those people didn't come to this earth and put themselves on a cross and sacrifice the torture and their life the way he did. If you remember nothing else, remember that. Remember that. Jesus came to this earth for one purpose. One reason. One reason. And although he is the Son of God, although he's embodied, God, his soul, his spirit is embodied in this man. He had the choice to change. He had the choice to walk away. He had that free will moment. But he trusted. He trusted. He put his faith and his trust in what God told him. And because he did that, we are all free. We are all saved. It's just up to us. It's up to us to say, I want an answer, and I'm going to go get it. Right here. That's all. It's as simple as that. I know how difficult it is to put your trust in something that you don't see, that you can't feel around you, that you can't just be with. I know how hard that is. Even though I've always believed, I still know how hard that is. But once you do it, I've always been this like adrenaline junkie. Like I've always needed something to push me. And all my trials, tribulations, everything has always pushed me. I've always used it to get me to that next level. My fighting force, you know. And when I feel I'm backed into a corner, I push. And I go places that I've only imagined on my way. It's a dream. You push for those dreams. And there's a saying that if you can accomplish your dreams on your own, without any help, easily, they're not big enough. And it's true. It's true. What kind of a dream is a dream that you can do with ease? Where's the pride in that? Pride. It's a interesting concept. Uses you against yourself all the time. You don't know it. You don't realize it. You think it's supposed to be that way. You're supposed to be proud of things. You're supposed to be. There's a lot of things you're supposed to be. It's about appreciation over pride. Be bold, but don't be abrasive. A lot of things that are brought to you. You're told to do a certain way. So many rules. This book is full of rules. But who wants to follow rules? Right? Where's the fun in following rules? I'll tell you. It is full of rules. Lots of different rules that the human mind just cannot grasp. Because when you've got something physically in front of you, you've got something right here. Something right here. Going like this. But you don't even realize. Just like you have got a conscience, you've got that little voice that's like, well, that's not fun. What are you going to get out of that? Well, that's up to you. And that little voice led me down a lot of mistakes. Because I, as strong as I am, and all the things that I've faced, wasn't strong enough to say no. Wasn't strong enough to use my common sense. And we all go through that. We all go through it. And then a lot of us, when we realize, a lot of born again Christians, a lot of new Christians is kind of what I like to say about it. A lot of Catholics, a lot of Mormons, a lot just religions. Let me not alienate anybody. Let me just religions. A lot of people that are new to it feel like you have to lay down the hand of God to anybody that doesn't follow what you're preaching, what you're teaching, what you're being taught. And you automatically judge someone, which, ironically, you're committing your own sin, trying to keep people from doing other sins. I am, by definition, a Christian. But all I really am is just somebody who loves Jesus. Somebody who incorporated God's teachings into my life. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall a lot. Not on purpose. I will say that now. Not on purpose. Mainly because I'm still learning. I'm still taking myself to the levels I'm trying to get to. And I'm enjoying every moment of that. And with every mistake that I'm going to make, again, you can rule your iron fist at me all you want. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't mean you can keep me from loving him. Doesn't mean you can keep me from following him. Doesn't mean that I'm not welcome in your church. Doesn't mean that you're not welcome in my home. You're all welcome. You come as you are. No, all it means is I will walk the walk that he's led me to. And I will walk it the best way I can. I will walk it in the way that I would hope Grandma could look down and be happy. Knowing she led me the right way. And I will be happy knowing that the sinner that I am, no matter how many times I fall, he's going to be there. And I will walk this walk as close to the walk that Jesus made as I can. We will lead by example. And I would hope that I will see you guys every week. In order to bring our story to life and have you walk it. That is all. I welcome you all to tune in on July 28th at 2 p.m. For my baptism, in order to start this walk with you all. Until then, God bless you all. And may you remember every day that He's there.